Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Nur Azmina binti Warahimi and my metric number is 1221411. So today we are from Group C and we have chosen the topic managing intervention for our group assignment. For introduction, managing counseling intervention plays a vital role in helping individuals overcome life challenges, restore well-being, and improve their quality of life. Through a systematic approach, these interventions are designed by considering the appropriate types of counseling, foundational theories, and ethical principles to ensure effectiveness. In this presentation, we will explore the types of counseling interventions, the theories applied, their benefits, implementation steps, methods to evaluate their success, as well as strategies to handle crisis situations and the challenges faced during the process.
Bismillah, Assalamualaikum. My name is Wanwar and Nabila binti Wan Muhammad Zain. My number is 1221448. Today I will present about type of managing intervention. As we know, there are many type of intervention, but here I only highlight 6 type of intervention. Firstly, behavioral intervention. It's focus changing problematic behavior and reinforce positive action. For example, we can do relaxing training, which is we can teaching a client a deep breathing to reduce anxiety. Second, we can do a behavior modification by using a reward system to encourage consistent school attendance. Secondly, is a cognitive intervention. It is focused to identify and reshaping unhelpful thought pattern. For example, we can do a cognitive restructuring by helping a client challenge the thoughts I always fail and replace it with I can learn from mistake. Second, we can also do a thought stopping, which is we can teaching a client to interrupt repetitive negative thought by saying stop aloud. The thirdly is a crisis intervention. It focuses stabilizing and supporting client in immediate distress or emergency. For example, we can do safety planning by creating a plan with a client at risk of self-harm to ensure their safety. The second thing is we can do de-escalation by helping a client in a panic attack calm down through grounding technique like focusing on their surrounding. The type of intervention is psychodynamic intervention. It focuses exploring unconscious pattern and past experience influencing current behavior. For example, we can do free association, exploring childhood experience, identifying recurring patterns, and dream analysis. Fifthly is psychoeducational intervention that focus providing knowledge and skill to empower client in managing their issue. For example, we can do a stress management training by educating a client on using time management tool to reduce overwhelm. Second, we can do a mental health education by explaining symptom of anxiety to a client and discussing how the therapy can help. Okay, lastly, it's a relational intervention by focusing, addressing interpersonal dynamic and improving relationship. For example, we can do a conflict resolution by meditating a disagreement between family members during family therapy. And secondly, is a communication skill training, teaching a couple to use I statement instead of blaming language. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shafia Hayati binti Abdul Aziz. My metric number 1221413. Next, I will talk about theory in managing interventions counseling. The first one is psychoanalytic theory. The founder in this theory is Sigmund Freud. The core idea of behavior is influenced by unconscious drive and past experience. The application in intervention is explores and resolve conflicts from childhood, helps clients understand how unconscious patterns influence their current behavior, and use techniques like free association and dream analysis. The second theory is behavioral theory. The founder in this theory is B.F. Skinner, John Watson, and Ivan Pavlov. The core idea of behavior is learned and can be modified through reinforcement and conditioning. The application in intervention is use technique like positive reinforcement, desensitization, and behavior modification, and effective in treating phobias, addictions, and behavioral issues.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Christina Adiani binti Muhammad Fadil. My metric number 1223038. Benefit of managing intervention. First, improving problem soft skills. Through intervention counseling is one of the main benefits that can have a big impact, where this process helps the individual identify the cause of the problem and find a solution in a good or an orderly manner. This approach can help in overcoming challenges and promote personal development and reduce their excessive dependence on external support. For example, through counseling, they learn to get rid of negative truths that often become obstacle to problem solving. People are not only capable of resolving current issue, but are also equipped to handle potential future difficult. Next, improve emotional well-being. This help individuals achieve mental stability and feel comfortable expressing their feelings safely without feeling judged in dealing with the emotional stress they face. This also helps them reduce the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and stress that often become obstacles in their life. For example, a counseling session that is a structure according to the needs can reduce the emotion burdens, bonds, and improve skill to manage stress in the face of life's challenge. In addition, one of significant benefits it can assist individuals in develop self-confidence by provide direction and support in their life. Counseling sessions empower individuals to discover their own values and aspirations. As a result, people will be more willing to make decisions, set priorities, and act confidently in all aspects. For example, if they are experiencing difficult, they may become hesitant and prefer to rely on others to make decisions. With counseling intervention, they can learn how to identify positive outcome from their efforts, which boost their confidence to move forwards. The last benefit is to prevent problems from becoming more serious that can emphasize the needs to deal with issue before they develop into situations that are difficult to deal with. By taking this approach, counseling gives space to identify the root of the problem and implement solution strategies that can reduce risk. For example, when a student begins to show signs of stress due to academic burden, yearly interventions such as counseling session or psychology support can help the student develop more effective strategies. As a result, counseling helps people have more meaningful lives.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Hanan Afifah binti Wan Muhammad Amin and my metric number is 1221454. I'm going to tell you about ways to assess the success of an intervention. According to Amelia and her colleagues, 2023, there are several ways to evaluate the effectiveness of counseling intervention. Their study used interventions to prevent their teachers and students from engaging in unwanted symptoms. Then they use several types of tests to evaluate whether their intervention was successful or not. Among the assessment methods that they use are first, integrated motivational interviewing or MI and cognitive behavior therapy, which is CBT. MI helps clients through changes from pre-consideration to action and retention level, while CBT focuses on changing cognitive thinking to produce behavioral and emotional changes. Next, they also use an assessment process that is divided into two types of assessment process, namely cognitive and behavioral assessment and pre and post test. Cognitive and behavioral assessment focuses on helping individuals recognize and change negative thoughts and inappropriate beliefs so that they can think more positively and realistically, while pre and post tests are used to see differences in behavior before and after the intervention. In addition, according to a study conducted by Sarbanul Ismail, 2023, he used the Kirkpatrick four stages process method to evaluate intervention carried out in to carry out improving student achievement in a school. This process involves four main steps. First one is reaction, which is observing the participants' reaction and satisfaction with the activity. Second is learning, by evaluating the effectiveness of the program through pre-test and post-test, such as using a Google form to compare scores. Next, behavior, by conducting observation and interview to evaluate behavioral changes, such as teacher can communicate with students. And the last step is result, by analyzing data to see the effectiveness. For example, like student attendance, is it increase or decrease? Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nawaki Sofia binti Abu Bakar. My metric number is 1223040. and I'll be presenting on methods for handling crisis situations or steps in crisis interventions. A crisis intervention is a structured approach used by counselors to support individuals in distress. Crisis situations can involve emotional, psychological, or safety risks, and it is crucial to handle them with care and precision. So let's explore four essential steps to effectively manage a crisis. The first one is ensuring immediate safety. The first priority in any crisis situations is to evaluate and ensure immediate safety, both emotional and physical. Counselor may assess the severity of the situation by asking direct questions about suicidal thoughts, self-harm, or threat to others. This step establishes a foundation for intervention. Next is de-escalation. Once immediate safety is addressed, the next step is to de-escalate the individual's heightened emotional level. Providing emotional support is key here. Acknowledging the feelings, helping them process the emotion, and reassuring them without judgment. This helps them to regain a sense of control. Next is active listening. Active listening to the client problems, validating the emotion will help counselors to create a safe environment where they may express themselves. This fosters a trust and allows the individual to feel heard and supported. Finally, connecting the individual to relevant services or resources is critical. This may include counseling, financial aid, or housing support. Involving the individual in decisions about the care not only empowers them but also ensures the resources align with their specific needs. In summary, crisis intervention require ensuring safety, de-escalating emotions, practicing active listening, and providing appropriate referrals. Each step plays a vital role in helping individuals navigate challenging situations with dignity and support. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Amira Hajsa binti Muhammad Alwi, metric number 1221441. Today, I would like to share about step in planning and implementing intervention. Have R6 is number 1. Define your project cost. A project cost is what a project team will accomplish beyond the takeable outcome or deliverables. Example of paying software to help business owner reach a customer more easily. Number 2 is define outcome and deliverables. These are the expected result of every step you take to complete a project or the final product. Example include the construction of a building, the development of a software program, and the launch of a new product line. Establish KPI, which is key performance indicators, to measure and monitor the project at each phase. Number 3 is assess potential risks. Identify risks that could impact the project outcome before starting. Risks might include unforeseen delay, costs, or even change in the industry the project affects. Number 4 is set tasks and due dates. Start by breaking the project cost, outcome, and purpose into actionable steps and lining them up in the order they need to be completed. Determine the actual deadlines for each step. Number 5 is assign team member roles and responsibilities. After setting tasks and deadlines, assign role and responsibility to team member. Consider team member stage, experience, and availability during the project duration. And the last one is the about exemplar your implementation. And the last one is example your implementation plan. Compile all components of the implementation plan into a coherent document, which is documents that includes the following: project objectives, scope statement, implementation strategy, risk analysis, research and tools list, outline or of deliverables, implementation schedule, team's role and responsibility, and the last one is implementation plan metrics. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Hansamina binti Muhammad Afandi, number matric 1221442. So today I will explain about ethical principles in planning intervention. Ethics in counseling are suggested standard of conduct based on professional values and moral decision making. So counselors must adhere to ethical guidelines and maintain clear boundaries because it is crucial to prioritize client well-being and safety while promoting. So in management intervention counseling, the ethical principles are essential guidelines to ensure that counselors perform their duties with integrity and professionalism. Among of ethical principles in planning intervention is confidentiality, informed consent, beneficency, justice, veracity, autonomy, and competence. Assalamualaikum. So I will explain the ethical principle. First is confidentiality. It is mean protecting the client's personal information and not disclosing it without their permission. Second is informed consent. So as a counselor, they should explain the purpose of counseling, the procedures, potential risks, as well as the client right to refuse or terminate the counseling at any time. Third, ethical is beneficency and non-beneficent. This means strive to do good and avoid causing harm to the client, as well do make decisions that maximize benefit and minimize the risk to the client. Next, the ethic is justice. It is mean treat our client fairly without discrimination. 5. Veracity, which is always communicate honestly and open with client. 6. The ethic is autonomy. It is mean respect the client's right to make their own decision about their life and counseling process. The last ethical is competence. It is mean conduct counseling only in area where the counselor has sufficient training and the qualification. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nuruliana binti Muhammad Talha. My metric number is 1221420. Now I will explain about the challenge of managing intervention. So the first one is resistant to change. Root in the comfort zone, conundrum process challenging obstacle to effective intervention, human nature gravitates towards the familiar and common, making the prospect of stepping outside one's comfort zone a difficult task. Resistance to change is complex, weaving together individual and collective fears of the unknown, aversion to loss, and distractions to established routines. Second, lack of leadership alignment. Trust, respect, and effective communication within the executive ranks form the bedrock upon which effective interventions are built. When this foundation is compromised, the entire structure becomes vulnerable to fractures that impede progress. Third, lack of clear goals and objectives. The absence of clear goals and objectives casts a shadow over the organizational change, leaving both leaders and employees disoriented. Strategic planning, while conceptually simple, proves challenging in execution when a leadership team struggles to articulate a coherent plan. The consequences of this lack of clarity spreads confusion among middle managers and employees who look to leadership for direction. Lastly, uncertainty. Organizations must handle the inherent unpredictability of the business environment, necessitating a mindset shift towards proactive scenario planning. The implications of uncertainty are complex and pervasive, challenging organizations to consider a wide range of possibilities when committing to long-term initiatives. So that's all from me. Thank you.
And now we will move to the last part, which is conclusion. And for conclusion, managing counseling intervention requires meticulous planning, structured execution, and continuous evaluation of their effectiveness. Ethical principles must be prioritized to safeguard clients' welfare, while strategies to address challenges should be refined to enhance the intervention's impact. By understanding foundational theories, practical approaches, and strategic steps, counselors can help clients achieve better mental and emotional balance, ultimately creating a positive impact on the community. Managing intervention is crucial for achieving effective outcomes. So that's all from us. Thank you for your attention.